ugly ass to feed upon your local shore. The ones who wait for scraps of trash to fall on the ocean floor. They found a way. They found a raging fire below, which gives them feed for days. Had to stay way back until they became the blaze. They fill their cup, and they bubble up, bubble up, bubble up, now they bubble up. Any of you who linger on the fringe, thinking that your world is lost, thinking that you'll never find your dream all alone until there's stars. You'll see, there's no end to possibility, and now you can stop bitching to me. Turning into power, bubble up, thinking of the woman could return like you. So what are you turning into? Excited about one thing. Letting hot wine, sparking in the sea, bubbling up and behold, victimless possibilities. Embrace for now. Spirit turning into fire, bubble up, burn the tangle, devise a run, devise a grind, bring widely as you circulate, create for freedom being. Netting hot wire needs a place to rest his feet. He's hoisting heat, offerings of every week, though now looks bleak. Money that he sees the world. Heart and pump time. I can get while I give. Motor basket groove to live. What's going on in that baby body? Rush a snag a dream. Surprise! Load up on the beam. Netting hot wire. Load up on the friction. You built your bed of ribbon head. This is where we live. Embrace the vow. Spirit turning into power. It's yours, it's ours. But you better hide the flower. What's going on behind that face? Skimming that skin, it's a pain. Stimulated by the motion of the wind outside. Bubble up, break the door, raise the light. You know what it's for. Let your heart pump the fire. Offerings are offered up to you. Knowledge looks like this too, yeah. A little ugly, but that's alright. They're offered up to you. Knowledge looks like this too. Gonna done with it.
Hester, I think you'd have to admit that being aboard the Club Dragonsail advances you opportunities you would not have had in your own squalid hall of torment.
Tacos! Yummy!
Oh man, I don't play ska.
Teacher says there's a guy peeking at you in the bathtub.
Man, don't ever try smoking a gummy. You'll never get your pipe clean.
I think we must commit ourselves to a further deconstruction of our assumptions regarding our units. When do I get to noodle? I never get to noodle anymore.
Does everything look pink to anybody else in here?
Chi-Chi said somebody made a boo-boo on the poop dance.
Off to the moon here, baby!
Romance and it's accompanying affection. Oh, now got a different direction.
You tried so hard to take your form just to let it go. It's barely even warm. I guess you missed the list of the
Things I keep when I move into the deep. When I move it all into the deep now. Oh.
When you came, it was to my detriment. Your philosophy eminent. I'm gonna sink to the floor 1,000 fathoms or more time.
What?
Dropping the dark, I lodge in a rock. I press it into a shape you never drape. Under the cape, no fun for you to see. I took my lumps, now I take it to the deep. Tempted me to swirl it on the tongue. This vintage makes my mouth grow numb, and I woke up and down and people lie.
No stain upon my pearly white.
You tried so hard to keep his skin, but damn, I fell down. You've been better to grim as soon as you discover what I all allowed. Is this is all allowed? I can lose this crowd. The dark I lodge in a rock, I press it into a shape you never drape. Under the cape, no bump for you to see. I took my lumps, now I pump into the deep. Most of these flames and shadows for me, but the less you keep, the more you're free. As a child in love with gravity, and the reach you need at the bottom of the sea.
No miracle will be trapped in a cage now. Sweet miracle always I the escape now.
Feel pressure upon my fuse, my cork is popping loose, and I find release, so sweet in my whole deep. Gonna move it all into the deep now. I'm gonna move it all into the deep now. I'm gonna move it all into the deep now. Still gonna move it days slightly pass away anyway. I keep the light in my stay. I had pills just the other day. Now I grow my wings and float away. No pressure. Why you wanna try so hard, only to miss the mark? If the light can't find you, I guess your ass in the dark. Guess so. Woo! Inside a cage, it's not equipped to rise to rain. So I slip out in suit to get my time inside the net. Wanna sink and I wanna fly, release so sweet in my own deep in my own eye.
the trouble I keep. Sit yourself down, boy. Your primal fears, you came to my detriment. I learned a bit about it, yeah. Where it's cold, I'm feeling supply till I can find my stake in a hole still.
Dropping the dog, got lodge in a rock, got pressed into a shape. You never drape under the cape, no fun for you to see. I took my notes, now I'm up into the deep. Most they flames and shadows for me, but the less you keep, the more you're free. As a child in love with gravity, and the freaks you need at the bottom of the sea.
I ain't lying. It's pretty nice down here. Not that I miss your footprints upon my crust. Your intrusion into my white hot. Such memories I have of us. But they'll soon be gone as I open my skull and soften my head, and the bones become cartilage, and I feed with the ugliest ass fish you ever seen.
The violet in the deep, to the deep I drew. See what you drove me to.